Hi Pisces, welcome back to Peony Lore, where we help you to find the beauty in all things. So this is going to serve for the sun, moon, and rising sign of Pisces from today the 9th through the 15th, okay? Hopefully everyone was able to take advantage of the Leo new moon on Sunday and put together some big new moon wishes in combination with this huge 8-8 energy that we had going on. Of course, if you weren't able to maximize it yesterday, you still have a couple of days in order to try to make that happen because we have the Lionsgate through until Thursday. So, I already know yours is going to be juicy. As I was going through and meditating, Barchiel, who is the archangel of all Pisces, okay, who's responsible for the Pisces peoples, is stepping forward with Archangel Azrael. And we talked about Azrael before. He is the ruler of the planet Neptune. So every archangel, or there's an angel that's assigned to every planet. I think we've talked about that for every major body, celestial body. And Neptune is under Azrael. What I find very interesting about this is that this week for Pisces, there's a lot of transits that are happening with Neptune in a couple of different ways. And so today, as we go through, and I'll start pull the cards down here in just a moment, if you haven't already started to feel like super tuned in, receiving information, things of that nature, by this evening you will, and that energy is going to carry forward. But so basically, Azrael is here to say, Pisces, especially for those of you that are woke, you're about ready to take it to the next level on a couple of different things. Okay, so that's not to scare you. The universe is never going to give you something that you're not prepared for, and if it is a little bit too much, you know what, all you got to say is, guys, I need you to back it off a little bit, and they will happily oblige. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go in with your Sacred Geometry deck for this week, just to see what other information we can pull out. We'll use our Astro deck this week. Next week I'll switch over back to the In-Between Tarot, because we will have gotten to the mid-month, and then energies will have changed with the moon shifting and doing all those different types of things. We'll clarify, as always, with the White Sage Tarot. We will use the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. We're going to do that first to pull some past information. We will go in with an Angel card, and then we will go in with the Magical Dimensions card, okay? So let's get this poppin'. I just kind of want to see what we have here. Yeah, so one of the things that they want you to be aware of is making sure that with all the heavy energies and whatnot that we've gotten over the past couple of days, to ensure that you are staying grounded. Ground that energy into the earth. Be grounded. Drop your energetic cord. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. That's important for you to do it. And then, yeah, the other information that they're saying is it's going to be important for you to connect into some frequency to help support you with that. That's 639 hertz, okay? And the card itself says reconnection of relationship to self and others. So I do believe that keeping your energy grounded this week is going to help you to tune in a little bit more deeply than it already is slated to do. So Pisces, let's go ahead and grab the Oracle of the Radiant Sun to find out what energies from the beginning of the 8-8 Lionsgate, which would have been the last week in July, is still with you in energy that needs to be addressed this week. Okay, let's see what we've got going on for you. That was super fast. They are not playing around today. Okay, so the first card that we have is the Moon in Leo. Is that what that says? Yeah, it does say appreciation. Okay, it's in the reversed position right now. So gratitude is something that probably would have been in your energy that you might not have been feeling very gratuitous. What's the word I want to use? May not have been in your gratitude, your attitude of gratitude. What's coming forward this particular week, I think, is very, very interesting. This week is very heavy with Leo, Virgo, Scorpio, and Leo, Virgo, Scorpio, Libra. Because of the way that obviously the sun is in Leo with its big transit, but then the moon changes positions to each of those other three houses this week, and they all have this juicy mixture of some things that are going to happen. So the first one that I have here is the energy of Mars in Capricorn. Something about authority is still in your energy this week that needs to get kind of figured out. So it's either you being the authority figure in a situation, or you having a challenge potentially with someone that is an authority figure. It doesn't have to be. The other energy that I get out of this without them saying anything to me is the energy of, because of course that's Capricorn energy and Mars, but the other thing that I get out of it is Aries energy, okay? The other information that we have that you are going to have to work through this week for sure is the moon in Scorpio, which is towards this weekend. Again, it has something to do with your power or the energy of how you are anticipating power. So let's go ahead and pull your cards down for this particular week, and let's see what's up, okay? All right, angels, Pisces, sun, moon, and rising, or anywhere else that they have it super heavy in their chart. Here we go. Well, let's just not even dink around. Monday's energy is the Empress energy. Okay, so this is the energy of Venus coming in. So Venus stepped in today. The three big things that happened, let me just get my notes because I don't have my glasses on and I write really, really big, so hopefully I can get through this for you, okay? Today, Monday, Leo moon transitions and into the sign of, out of Leo into Virgo, okay? Which has an opposition to Pisces and Neptune, your clairvoyancy, maybe a little bit airy-fairy, a little bit. So Virgo wants things to be practical, in a sense. Virgo wants things to be perfect. And sometimes when you're receiving details from Spirit, it's not perfect, especially the way that you want to relay a message, or you're challenging whether or not what you heard is accurate or what you see is accurate, or the, you know, that feeling that you get. But Venus comes in, okay? Venus steps in to help support the throat chakra, and then Mars comes in as well to talk about your will and persistence. It does basically give the flavor of understanding. So there's this quick balance of all this big download of information, and then it kind of softening up so that there's a higher way to be able to understand kind of what's going on, right? Then Tuesday, we have the moon in Virgo, which goes into a trine with Neptune in Taurus, okay? So there you are again with your clairvoyancy, and Taurus wants you to be practical, okay? Steady Eddie. But what happens is Mercury is in Leo with an opposition now to where Aquarius is in Jupiter. So that expansive nature of what Jupiter is trying to bring through. And again, we've still got all these planets in retrograde. So this is a lot of energy to get through. So we've got, again, like I said, practicality worth that dreamy information, and grounding with that Taurus energy is important. So I think it's important that that showed up here. Wednesday is going to be basically a good day for everybody because the moon in Virgo is now in conjunction with Venus in Virgo. So Wednesday is going to be an awesome, awesome day. Thursday, we have the moon transitioning into Libra. And it does have a trine now with Saturn in Aquarius. So now we're really talking about big, big, big expansion, okay? We also have the moon in Libra goes into a opposition to that whole Chiron and Aries that we were talking about. And that whole Chiron and Aries is the personal reflection, your personal responsibility. And we started talking about that back in April. And that's important because it's going to be a day where you have to come to terms with something. And then the moon in Libra also has this little funny dance with Uranus, which is the Fool energy, right? Going into Taurus again, which is your values and being steady Eddie. Friday the 13th is another awesome, awesome day. Okay, it is a very lucky day. We have the moon now entering into the sign of Scorpio by the end of the day, okay? Saturday, there's a lot going on, but I'm just pulling out the basics. On Saturday, Scorpio now has a square with that whole expansive energy with Saturn in Aquarius. So it's kind of like, I explained this to Scorpio too, it's kind of like you already, you know, Scorpio know, oh, how funny is that shape? Scorpio's kind of doing things from here, like what's going on, I can see what's happening, and beneath the surface, 8th house, subconscious information, right? Coming to what is the expansive portion of what Aquarius is doing with Saturn at this particular moment. And then The Neptune in Pisces, okay, has this energy in this dance with the Leo sun. So that huge portion of, yeah, let's go make this happen, because it's vitality and it's all these other types of things with this Neptune in Pisces, which is kind of like this clairvoyant, dreamy, like in your face type of energy. So that's the energy of Saturday. Sunday is the other big lucky day that we have. There's literally so much going on. I would have to break it down to you individually when we get to that day. But let me just put my glasses on. I have my other notes that are right here for page 2. As far as we're concerned on Sunday, that energy from the moon doing its dance with Neptune and Pisces carries through until Sunday. But then the moon in Scorpio does a trine with that whole separate situation. So now you've got 3 big bodies and all these big energies that are hitting up at once, okay? That's not necessarily too bad, except some people are going to feel it a lot more different. Some people will feel it as a little bit of opposition. Some people won't. It just kind of really depends where things are at in your chart. But now, here's where Pluto comes in with Capricorn. Pluto wants to be the planet of change, right? Pluto is the energy of well, it is. It's a planet of change. It's judgment. It's rebirth. It's refresh. It's kind of those different types of things. It can be an opportunity for second chances for some people. And usually that's what it is. You might have missed an opportunity the first time, and so it's coming back around, because at this point, like, if you didn't see it before, you weren't able to take advantage. The universe always comes back around. So that's what that energy shows up as, which is great energy, especially in the sign of Capricorn, because Capricorns are all full of duty and persistence, right? So that's one of their best attributes. So by the time you get to around between late afternoon and evening time, it's just really juicy information for people. It's going to be a really juicy day. We have the moon in Scorpio, which does this dance with Venus in Virgo. We already talked about that one. And then towards the latter part of the evening, the moon transitions into Sagittarius, and then it goes right in where Venus lines up with Libra. So the harsher energies that some people might have felt earlier part of the day kind of really do this big balancing out day. So for a lot of people, it's going to be really, 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 really lucky. Okay. So starting again with today's energy with the Empress, the all energy as far as creation and new, and the Empress being extremely highly intuitive as well. You got that going on, showing up on the day that it's supposed to show up with Venus. Okay. The Empress represents Venus and Taurus. Okay, moving forward. Tuesday's energy now, as we have the Tower in the reverse position. So we like the Tower in the reverse position. That's Mars coming in with that dance that it started to do on Monday as well. When the Tower shows up for me, like at face value like that, those 2 major areas, the universe is trying to get your attention. It's trying to show you potentially that you're sidestepping a landmine. So we're going to go ahead and get the rest of the days down here. Wednesday, holy stuff. We have Leo coming in here with the Strength card. This is the infinity symbol on that Wednesday where we were talking about the moon in Virgo in conjunction with Venus in Virgo. Strength beyond strength beyond strength. I'm going to give a quick just energy shuffle here. There's nothing wrong with this deck, but I need to like break myself down a minute because I'm getting hot over here. This is important. I can feel it. I knew this was going to be juicy for you, but this is juicy. Okay, let's hit Thursdays for our Pisces, please. That moon in Libra with that whole Chiron and Aries, I feel is kind of, yeah. So 6 of Pentacles in the reverse position. Something maybe not quite being in balance, having to pay attention to whether you're giving too much, what your emphasis is when it comes to give and take. That is your personal responsibility. That is Chiron and Aries coming in at that particular moment, doing its dance with Taurus. So it's right on the day that it's supposed to be on. Let's take a look at Friday the 13th for you. And what we have here is the 2 of Swords energy. So there is a decision that is going to be made, or that needs to be made for you on this particular day. All right. Saturday's energy is looky, we got the Wheel of Fortune. We got Jupiter all up, all in. And then on Sunday, we have the energy of the Eight of Cups. I like this energy. It's energy of graduation, of moving past something that is either no longer serving you, and or you've already done all the work and you've done all the steps, and again, you're ready to graduate to the next level. So the bottom of the deck here, can't make this stuff up, you guys. You got the Sun card. Need I say anything else? This is an absolutely auspicious week for you guys. I am so happy to be able to read and get you guys this detail. Where am I putting this? Okay, I'm putting this there. So let's go ahead and, again, let me dig into the older energies that we're dealing with this week. We're dealing with the moon in Leo with regards to attitude of gratitude. If you didn't have it before, there's an opportunity to figure out what that looks like for you. Or again, the moon in Scorpio. Okay, so that energy is going to be effective for you at the end of this week. What is your personal power in the situation? And then, of course, we have the authority of that whole Mars in Capricorn energy, that duty and that perseverance, right? So what does that mean as far as authority to you? Now, Monday's energy, today's energy, before you go to bed. Let's find out what's going. Well, there you go. Mother effer. I'm sorry, but I told you this was going to be juicy. That's the moon card. On the day that it's supposed to be there, there's an awareness that you had somewhere in the past of something, and or you were trying to manifest something very, very intently in the past. A lot of subconscious, I really do feel it. It's the whole energy of fertility for people, because that's exactly what one of the things that moon is doing. Again, it's that manifestation period, and being so laser focused between those two pillars. If you're looking at the image of the Rider-Waite deck, right, you've got the two pillars that are there, not paying attention to the BS over here, not paying attention to the BS over here. Oh, what kind of symbol does that make? Not paying attention to the outside, going straight down the middle, going through the path, and being led by spirit with this high portion of manifestation that you're trying to be bringing forward. So that was the prior information. What does that leave us as far as the present information for our Pisces today? Well, we've got the Page of Wands that shows up in the reverse position. So maybe not quite ready to take a step. That's not a problem. Or information not coming into you the way that you thought it was going to today. Okay. But how we end... Oh, come on, you guys. All of these. All right, let's see what we have. Queen of Cups, Page of Swords, Five of Swords, King of Swords. Okay. So the reason is because, Pisces, you're not in your element right now. You are not in your element 100% right now, okay? Queen of Cups in the reverse position means that there's a lot of moodiness going on, just to be perfectly honest with you. It doesn't matter if you're a female or you're male. It makes no difference. There's a lot of moody energy that's going on right now. I get that. You're also with the Page of Swords in the reverse position, not really feeling the passion, but not also feeling as though you have enough information to move forward. But there is the King of Swords that comes through to provide you with that clarity, that honesty, that truth that is necessary, that is needed for you, is going to be showing up for you before the end of the day. And then you have the Five of Swords finally in the reverse position. So if there was an issue in the past with authority, because the King could represent authority, there is an opportunity for you to get through and past any of that kind of negative feeling that was going on by the end of the day. So that is very strong, Pisces. That is very, very strong. Therefore, when we get to Tuesday's energy of this whole tower, let's figure out exactly what's going on with this tower in the reverse position. So I do feel, again, that the universe is either trying to protect you from something, and or some of the energies from the previous week may have been carried over and you already had your tower moment. Okay, but let's go ahead and see what we've got here. Pisces. God, you guys, come on. You can't have the whole deck. They confirmed no. Pisces past. Woo! Okay. In the past, you had the World. Okay, the World is that expansive energy that we talked about, right? Saturn coming in. In the past, how do you guys want me to read this? Got it. So in the past, you were in the position of trying... Okay, all right, hold on, guys. Give me a second here. So there's two different scenarios that they want me to address for you. Okay. In the past, the World card was coming in. Jupiter was coming, excuse me, Saturn was coming in to shift some things and make some things happen. It's still in retrograde. Affecting opportunities and that 1111 energy for walking through this portal as far as a spiritual perspective. Otherwise, a strong proposal in the household or business sector. Celebratory information, joy, that kind of a deal. And it would have come with the promise of expanding someone into partnership or union, the beginning of a new steady and strong foundation. Okay, for some of you, the crux of the situation was with this high priestess that shows up in the reverse position. Okay, somebody having some information that came to the surface. Or was not being forthright with a lot of information that was needed. I like the Seven of Swords because for me, the Seven of Swords indicates that someone was protecting something very, very fiercely. And they only relay the information when it's really, 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 really necessary. So that's the energy of something that was going on here in one aspect. And then we have Taurus that comes to the energy, we've got Taurus that's here, okay? We've got the Hierophant that's coming in here talking about an official type of a situation. That is authority. It represents the Pope. It represents higher knowledge. It represents convention. It represents official places of business. It represents, in one sense, having the keys and having the information that you need in order to take the next step in the journey. But the other thing the Hierophant shows you is, especially if it's in a reverse position, there's a potential that you would not have gained or learned the piece of information that you needed at that particular moment in time. I'm going to take another card on that one because... Okay. So what was needed and what the outcome of this whole situation is the Sagittarius energy. This is Temperance that's sitting right here, talking about balancing something. So the reason why the tower didn't fall as harshly as it possibly could have was because something was working behind the scenes on your behalf in order to not have this situation crash and burn. For some of you, I can see that if you were in a strong relationship with somebody and there was a proposal, it could be a business proposal, it could be a marriage proposal, it could be any different type of thing that would bridge two different groups of people or types of people together, that this would not necessarily have taken place. And the tower needed to come in order to make sure that it got shifted in order to make that happen. But at the end of the day, it's balance. Temperance coming in, offering also a healing in this particular situation. Could be for you, but it could be for the other individuals that were involved in this whole group dynamic of what it is that I'm seeing here. That was a lot. I told you this was going to be juicy. I could spend like a whole 20 minutes just on this sector right here, but let's move on because Wednesday we have Strength coming in here. Now, this also has the opportunity of healing. This also, with the infinity symbol I'm being told to share, had a lot to do with the manifestation that you were trying to call into yourself at this particular moment. It takes a lot of power to put yourself together, especially if you were going through a situation that was tumultuous in the past. It takes a lot of strength to be able to hold it together and manage the process, right? So let's see what else we have with this whole strength situation that's going on here. Okay. Fudge nuggets. You guys are... Well, in the past, there was a decision that maybe you were at the tail end of a situation with the Ten of Wands. You weren't feeling as though you were getting what you were trying to manifest, and it wasn't coming into your particular area in one sense. Now we got the Hermit that shows up. Here's Virgo on Wednesday, trying to help the situation a little bit with what Libra needs to do, asking you to go within a little bit, asking you to receive the content and the detail from the universe, not resist it, because what they're trying to show you is the Tower. They're trying to show you clarity with this Queen of Swords, Libra energy, okay? And that's the ultimate clarity that was showing up. So even if something didn't show up the way that you wanted on a Tuesday, as far as the detail is concerned, by Wednesday, the universe is like, hello, we're going to show you this, then this, then this. And then, oh, by the way, we did this and this and this. Holla. That's exactly what they're saying here. So again, that energy from Leo coming in here right when it's supposed to be with that Leo sun. I mean, that's the whole situation on that one. Therefore, we get to Thursday. They're doing all these different things, and Chiron in Aries with that whole retrograde that was going on there, again with this Fool energy and Taurus energy, the steady Eddie value of, are you doing things step by step? Are you not being as balanced as you thought within your giving and your receiving? That's the energy. That's what you have to be able to man up or woman up to your portion in that whole situation right there. There's no judgment here. It just doesn't matter, because it could be all kinds of situations. It doesn't really matter. But this is the day to really kind of come to terms with those things. And if you realize that something was out of balance, you have an opportunity to address that, right? And get it back into balance. Okay. Did it flip? It did not. All right, well, we'll go back in. All right, give me the rest of the information on this Six of Pentacles for our Pisces. Thank you. So there would have been a situation with the Six of Wands now that would have been talking about going through a bunch of stuff, and you feeling as though you were coming out victorious in the situation. Okay. Then we got the Four of Pentacles that shows up here, talking about the beginnings of stability, but also maybe not all the way opened up. I mean, it's like, okay, I got this new opportunity, this new thing. I might have dodged a bullet here, or the universe is trying to set something up here, and I'm kind of like closing off a little bit. The universe wants you to say, don't do that. Keep your heart open, okay? Yep. There's the Emperor. There's Aries that shows up. So this is about you being responsible for whatever it is that is you got to own up to whatever the situation is in this particular moment, okay? If you were creating imbalance for someone, I hate to say this, but I'm being guided to say this. If somebody did something to the effect of, how do you call it? I'm not stepping on someone, but how you got to your position was a little bit of a weird sidewinding way of getting to where it is that you were supposed to go. I don't feel like you were doing anything on purpose to hurt anybody, but what I do feel is that this victory that you had in some way, shape, form, or another may not have been the straightest of paths to get through, and the universe just wants you to own that. I still don't see that there's too much that's negative that's in that. The Emperor does talk about being organized and getting your stuff together when it comes to laying out the next logical steps of things that have to happen. Okay, I'm going to pull one more card on the Emperor. Whoop! Sorry, I dropped it. We have the Knight of Pentacles in the upright position here. So, if this had something to do with a proposal of business and it affecting finance or something like that in one way, shape, form, or another, the Knight of Pentacles is, here to talk about the resetting of anything that may have been a little bit wonky. This is long term. This is also earth and energy that comes in. We're talking Taurus, Virgo, and of course Capricorn that shows up. Okay. Now let's get to Friday, because now you have a decision that you have to make with this Two of Swords energy here. Two of Swords, it had something to do with you moving forward, okay? This 6, moving directions, moving out of a challenging situation. And there we go. I knew that shit was happening. Sorry. Well, it definitely has something to do with the decision that you made in the past with this Seven of Cups. You had a lot going on and you picked one area and you decided to stick with that area to help clear any confusion about the multiple options that you would have had. It definitely had something to do with long-term stability with this King of Pentacles energy that's there. Again, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn energy, long-term gain, long-term commitment, long-term gain, and that at the end of the day, that's the decision that you have to make. That's basically what it boils down to. So if you got to if you got a promotion, I don't know why I'm bringing this scenario up, because that's what they're telling me to say, just as an example, I think, because I don't know that this is specific for anyone. But if, for instance, you got a promotion, or you got your next position up, or something like that, not at even the expense of it, just came about in this weird, funky way, you feel guilt about that for some reason, just own up to the fact that there was it showed up the way that it showed up. And it's not how the circumstance happened to you, unless you had something to do with it in some sort of a backwards kind of a wonky way. That's the only other way I know how to say it. We'll clarify when we get to the angel cards on that one. Okay. Now, when we get to the Saturday's energy, which is why I'm not freaking out about it, you have the Wheel of Fortune that shows up here. You have second chances. You have luck that's coming in here at this particular moment. You have the universe turning in your favor. It doesn't matter how you got to where you are. It's about what you do with it now that you're in the situation. So again, relieve yourself out of any of the guilt. Being the authority factor in your own situation is important, because what we have here is, in the past, you feeling as though this wasn't going to be the right situation for you to do with this Three of Wands in the reverse position, not seeing your ships come in, which created internal conflict. This isn't even external, as much as I see it as being internal conflict for you. Woo! Okay. So the Knight of Swords in the reverse position does mean that you maybe are not still feeling a little bit foggy about it, and also that you are expecting information from back there to show up in one way. I know normally people attribute it to the page, but that's what I'm getting here. I'm gonna take one more on that Knight of Swords. There it is. Yeah, well, for some reason, you're feeling guilty about this, is what I'm getting out of it. Okay, I mean, this is where a one-on-one session comes into play, because then we can dig into the specific energies of it. But the Knight of Swords with the Ten of Cups in the reverse position just means that you're feeling like there's you're feeling guilty about something, in a sense. I'm surprised I didn't see the Five of Cups show up here, but at the end of the day, I would say that you don't need to feel guilty about it. The Ten of Cups indicates abundance is coming for you. With it being in the reverse position, you got to make sure that you're feeling comfortable about what it is that you have now, so that you can be comfortable with what it is that you have going on in the future. We just talked about this. We talked about the moon in Libra with this, the moon in Leo, based on appreciation. So you're feeling guilty about the way that you're getting to your spot, and I'm telling you that you should, because God damn it, look at what we've got. We got the sun. Hello. I told you. That's where you end up. You got the sun. Sorry for cussing. Therefore, on Sunday, when you get to this Eight of Cups and you've had an opportunity to think about what was going on, okay, let's get into this. It could be that you were dealing with the Leo. So we've got, in the past, you felt like you were sacrificing yourself for some reason with the Hangman position. Sacrificing your morals. Oh, Lord have mercy. Here we go. Here we go. All right, give me a second. This situation definitely started about 3 weeks ago with this Three of Swords energy that we have here. It definitely had something to do with this new financial opportunity with this Page of Pentacles in the reverse position. Did we not have him show up somewhere else? I just want to go back through it. You didn't feel as though the communication was showing up, and you didn't necessarily feel as though it was the right move for you, because the Eight of Wands is also the same card as the Chariot. You were just feeling as though you didn't have the information that you need, but the universe said, listen, you could have gone left or gone right. We're trying to show you that either way, this is definitely changing your world, and you have to own this at this particular moment. It's okay. It's okay. Okay. At the bottom of the deck, what we have here is the Two of Cups. This is the blending of energy. This is restoration of, well, it's not the Ace of Cups completely, but it is two parties coming together mutually, blending well, a decision about what that needed to be. So if it was a relationship that you felt you needed to leave in order to go into another relationship, then you were justified for doing that. If it was relieving yourself of guilt, then your higher self is coming in here to help calm you down when it comes to that whole situation. You know, whatever the case may be for you, you should not be feeling guilty about the fact that the universe is showing up for you on time in order to give you something that you may not have been able to take advantage of before. It showed up the way that it showed up, okay? Moving forward, we're going to go into, we're going to go hit an angel therapy card for our Pisces for this particular week. Then we're going to go in with a different angel message, and then we're going to pull, we will read from the Sacred Geometry book. I think that there's a passage that's going to be necessary for somebody that's in there. And then we'll go into your magical dimensions, okay? So, here we go. You have clear yourself. Ask the angels to release any toxic energies that you may have absorbed in exchange for peace. So ask Archangel Michael to help you come in. You can ask them to come in and help you cut all hooks, cords, and attachments to the old situation. You could ask them to clear out any stagnant energy and bring peace back into this particular situation for you. You can make sure that you're doing your spiritual baths and utilizing your dark crystals like your shungites and your onyx and black kyanite, jet, labradorite for some people. The big clearing stones to just get that muck off of you, okay? And then let's see what the practical advice is for our Pisces this particular week. You know, all I get out of the situation is now you get to be the authority in the situation. You get to manage yourself. I love that. Hello! Blessings and abundance. This is for you. Please don't challenge it, okay? All it takes is for you to be honest and communicate and appreciate that honesty and communication that has come from other individuals to you. And then at the end of the day, take charge of the situation. This is for you, Pisces, okay? Don't challenge it. The Magical Dimensions deck that we have for you. Okay. Wow. Gaian Awakening, card 17, reducing down to an 8. This is very important for some people. This is about your ascension. This also has things to do with relocation, whether it's physical moving or relocating to a different position or job. And it also is about getting yourself prepared for the next step, okay? This is your card. There's a lot of messaging in here for you, individual. You also have another card. It's a card called Exploration. It's card 15, which reduces down to a 6. 6 of Swords energy, moving forward out of a challenging situation into the light. Being bold, okay? Going into the unknown, the energy of the Fool. And you are limitless in your ability to do the things that you want to be able to do right now. Look at that. That is gorgeous, gorgeous energy. Okay, so to cap it all off, we are going to go into our Sacred Geometry book here. Anchor whatever it is that's been going on with you from the past up until now, please, okay? Utilize the 639 hertz to reconnect to yourself and relationship to other individuals. This will be really, really supportive for you this week, okay? These are both awesome energies, okay? Very important. We're going to read from, the numerology for the Hertz card is card 30. So there was a catalyst of something that was pushing you forward, momentum. Also the energy of the Empress as far as manifestation was concerned, okay? And then This one also is a 3 card, 39 reducing to a 3 when you do the long math, about being sure that you're staying grounded in all of these different developments this particular week. Because again, we started off today right on time with Venus showing up to support you. Venus wants everybody to look good, feel good, smell good, do good, have all the resources that you need. Don't challenge this. This is for you, okay? Now, we're actually going to read from the grounding and anchoring. This is going to be talking about a lot of heart chakra energy. It's going to be talking about making sure that you keep that heart open. And the 39 card, it's been a hot minute since I've seen that one for people, so I have to go back in to refresh myself. What we have is smoky quartz, hematite, pyrite, black tourmaline. That was the other protective stone. Stay grounded. I am firmly grounded in my physical body. Okay, you're not floating off. Also, physical body meaning pentacles, meaning abundance, physical, tangible, touchable things. Venus all over this one, right? I am firmly grounded in my physical body. I am firmly grounded in my physical body. I am firmly grounded in my physical body, okay? So surrounding your physical body with an octahedral grid, or in 2 dimensions, a diamond. The top of the grid is connected to our soul star chakra. The bottom is connected to our earth star chakra underneath our feet, right? To maintain a strong channel for energy flow, okay? It's imperative to not only anchor from above, but also to do the same from below. As above, so below. Trying to keep that balance, right? This allows us to maintain our ability to be a conduit of loving, flowing energy while being balanced and in harmony, especially with our surroundings. Let me see if there's anything else that's going on here. They're just saying at this point it's very important for this week that you really put a little bit of extra water into your body to help flush, especially if you're asking the universe to come in and help detox any like negative people or situations from you. I just want to hit this one really, really quickly. Yeah, I create harmonious connections with the people in my life. That's what you're doing, and also your higher self. But if there's an issue with the relationship, a challenge that happened, then this is the one that's for you, by asking you to take advantage of creating harmonious relationships with people in your life. This connection helps you with, oh my God, communication, understanding, tolerance, and love. Virgo, Libra, Scorpio energy, that Mercury energy that I was talking to you guys about, all of this stuff is for you this week. OMG. Rose quartz. Also, chrysocolla is like a bluish stone if you have it, and well, this is not blue lace agate, this is celestite, but any other blue lace agate will help to calm you down if you have your hands on some of that. It's okay to allow yourself the freedom of self-expression in order to create for yourself a healthier and happier experience, especially if you've gone through a major change. Booyah! Nailed it! I knew this was going to be a juicy reading, but I'm really glad that I was able to get through it without going, oh my God. Pisces, hopefully you were able to resonate with a significant portion of the reading. If you did, I would really appreciate it if you gave this a like. Comment below if you think this was your reading. Share this content out to someone else that you think would be a beneficial recipient to the way that I deliver content, sometimes as nutty as it is. If you're interested in a personal reading to break this apart and get down into the details of the details, then please take a look at the description box below. All the content information you need for linking to me is down there. Again, if you didn't get everything you needed out of this particular portion of the reading, totally fine. Try your sun, your moon, your rising, and of course your north node if you happen to know it. All right, Pisces, this was a lot of fun. Many, many, many blessings on the bounty the universe is giving you, regardless of how you got it, okay? Many, many blessings. We will talk to you next week. Bye for now.